and a member of the Supreme Court's panel that ruled on the Abu Ramadan Evans Nimaku EC case says the Supreme Court was clear in its judgment that the EC should delete persons with NHIS on the electoral register. Justice
Dotse, speaking to a journalist, said the Apex Court was emphatic that the use of the NHIS was unconstitutional. A report by Komla Kluchi.
Weeks after the judgment by the Supreme Court on the Abu Ramadan case, several people have interpreted it to suit the side they belong. The plaintiffs have indicated they will head back to court for interpretation in 2014. Former National Youth Organizer of the People's National Convention, PNC, Abu Ramadan and Evans Nimaku won a suit in which the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that the use of the National Health Insurance Card in registering voters was unconstitutional. Following the 2014 ruling, the former PNC National Youth Organizer Abu Ramadan and Evans Nimaku went back to the Supreme Court this year, seeking among other reliefs a declaration that the voters register was not credible for the polls in November. The EC had insisted that the Supreme Court's May 5 ruling on the voters register did not instruct them to delete the names of those who registered with the NHIS cards as proof of identity ahead of the 2016 general elections. But speaking to journalists Thursday morning, a member of the panel, Justice Dotse, said the Apex Court was very clear in its judgment.
The Supreme Court was quite forthright and clear that the use of the NHIS cards is unconstitutional because the criteria for the NHIS card was not based on Ghanaian citizenship but only on residence in Ghana. So any foreigner who is resident in Ghana for 6 months and more can register under the NHIS cards. That was the basis upon our decision in 2014. And the recent one, we said the use of the NHIS cards is therefore unconstitutional. They should take the opportunity to clean the register of those undesirable persons. Therefore, we also did not want to disenfranchise anybody. So the Supreme Court went on to say anybody who will be affected by that exercise must be given the opportunity to register according to the law and the Constitution. Period. That's it.
Justice Dotse said persons struggling to understand the ruling should come back to the court.
And former PNC youth organizer Abu Ramadan has served notice to file contempt charges against the 7 commissioners at the Electoral Commission as soon as the judicial service workers resume from strike.
He insists the commission has refused to implement the orders of the Supreme Court's May 5 judgment.
In the May 5, 2016 judgment in respect of the case of Abu Ramadan and Evans Nimaku versus the Electoral Commission and the Attorney General, the Supreme Court asked the Commission to delete the names of eligible voters on the electoral roll. Subsequent to the judgment, the Commission had explained that the Supreme Court's judgment did not instruct that names of persons who registered with the National Health Insurance Scheme card in the run-up to the 2012 elections be deleted. But the former PNC youth organizer Abu Ramadan is of the view that the Commission has interpreted the judgment wrongly and had refused to obey the Apex Court's orders.
We want to cite them for contempt so that they go to court and tell the court how come they read the ruling and didn't understand it. And at that point, I'm sure if the court wants to give clarity on the ruling, the court will proceed to do it.
He said the legal action he has taken against the Commission is not to frustrate them, but to make them rectify certain lapses before this year's elections.
Our conviction is that the right thing must be done. Let us do the right thing, put in the right steps so that posterity will come back and say truly, if not for the right thing being done, this country would have gone. Because I fear for this election.